Do you know what is the perfect shooting form in basketball? And how can a player increase his percentage up high? By only correcting the hand's placement on the ball? We will show you today 6 exercises that will allow you to find your perfect form, learn how to shoot the ball the right way if you are a beginner, or improve your hand's placement if you are already a pro, so in only a matter of days your shot will look like the best NBA shooters you've watched in the last decade, and your scoring accuracy will increase considerably. In this video, you will acknowledge that the power in your shot must mostly come from the upper body, and also, we will explain why the support hand placement on the side is a myth, which is perpetuated from coach to coach, but in reality, will only hurt your shooting form. Stay tuned, the art of shooting is coming right up. We are Mihai Dumitrescu, IPT Certified Skill Enhancement Trainer, highest level professional team coach, and Peter Peric, first-tier international professional player in Croatia, Germany, and Slovakia, and if you truly want to master the art of basketball, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, so you can keep learning how to become unstoppable. Do the legs have any importance in the shot flow and form? Yes, absolutely. But the same as you use them for a jump, you will do during the shot. So, the legs are not an issue, and only turning your toes a little bit inside will be enough. The coordination between the lower and the upper part is important, but it will be driven, paradoxically, by the hand's placement. As an accountability tool, we always use the impossible ball, which is one of the greatest inventions for basketball training, so we encourage you to buy one as soon as possible. Why is great? Because it has designed some lines to guide you on how to place both shooting and support hands. So, the shooting hand can be placed, with the index finger, anywhere on the first 2 lines or any of the gaps between. The support hand should be placed with the index finger on the middle line, the first one, or on the gap in between, but not on the opposite half of the ball, as this will force you to lift the ball too far behind above your head. It is useless to speak about any gap between the palm and the ball, as it doesn't exist, as you can see with your eyes at the best shooters in the world, and also for the greatest of all, Steph Curry. Our first exercise is a simple standing form shooting drill, which you should perform from all over the court, but it will be better to start closer, and progressively move further outside. The difference between a classic shooting exercise of this kind, and this one is that every time, before each shot, you have to keep in mind to set your hands in the right place and to find out how is more comfortable to use the ball-designed guiding lines. We present this one like you already bought an impossible training shooting ball. You can do it also without keeping in your mind what we just explained, but the progress will be slower, and the results may not come as fast as you expect. Stay with this one as long as you feel the need, and actually, it will be a good thing to do it every day for at least 10 minutes before or after your basketball practice, so in a short amount of time, it will become a habit. Moving forward, let's see why placing the hand on the side of the ball is not a good idea. Well, someone invented this approach from the belief that the elbow should be always perpendicular under the ball, inside the body frame, and so the offhand should be placed on the side. First of all, every player should aim for a natural elbow alignment, and not by forcing any stance which is against their individual anatomy. If the elbow is slightly outside the body frame, which is the case for most people, placing the hand on the side will be a very awkward position, which cannot be used. Therefore, most players will force themselves to move their elbows inside. This will determine the brain to make some adjustments, and as I've seen it so many times, it will either turn the shooting hip and the knee towards the middle, or it will break the flow of the shot after the lift point. We break down the shot anatomy into 5 segments: the pickup point, the lift path, the lift point, also known as the set point, the release path, and finally the release point. Take a look at the video up here, as we've explained all of those. In the exercise you are watching, the focus is only on the upper body shooting form. We try to isolate the shot through this method and to force this way the brain to adjust the power, without using the legs. For this, you need to sit on a chair, or an object, which ideally will be according to your legs' lengths. If you can't find something similar, use a normal chair instead. Same as for the previous method, we use the guiding lines for the hand's placement. When you'll do it, it will be good to have someone who rebounds for you to avoid keeping standing and sitting, but if you don't have a partner or a coach, you will be fine rebounding for yourself. In terms of lengths, we've seen players who use this exercise for an entire week, a few hours daily, but this is only up to you, so when you feel proficient, and you can have the same hands alignment on a regular ball, you can move forward to the drill. You are now accustomed to the new form, and it is time to step on the acceleration a little bit, and to give your brain more clues, so you will better correct little inadvertences that could appear. In this exercise, the focus will be on the lift point, specifically on studying it to see if the elbow position feels comfortable, while it is squared, and if the hand placement respects the rules we've enumerated before. As for the previous, you will take the shot from a chair, or any high object, ideally matching your leg lengths, to adjust the shot power from the waist up. Place your shooting hand underneath the ball and try every time to use the guiding lines. The guiding hand should not be placed over the mid-lane of the ball, and not be on the side. Use again the lines, purposely designed for this. Raise the ball in the lift point, and take a moment, a little break to look and study your elbow, and shooting arm position. After doing this one, you will probably understand that contrary to a common belief disseminated on a huge scale by the coaches, a square elbow does not mean keeping it perpendicular and pointed towards the floor. It can be a little bit outside of the body frame, following the natural way of lifting your hand with your palm opened up, and without feeling any constraint. Don't worry that it can be too far outside, as placing your guiding hand the way we've described it before will not allow it. During the release path, the elbow will come anyway, underneath the ball in a straight line, so you just need to follow how your anatomy dictates. Do this one for at least 60 minutes, divided by how many sessions you consider it is appropriate for you, and come back from time to time to keep your form up to date. Going forward in our next exercise, we will make sure that you have a clean ball pickup, and there will not be any interruptions or delays during your lift path, and of course, the shot mechanic will not be affected. We will use the ball wraps exercise idea but in a different way. I will mention that the ball wraps exercises are used for basketball training all over the world starting from very young ages, and, as they bring a lot of benefits, became a big part of coaching culture since Pistol Pete Maravich brought them to attention. You will still be seated, for the reason we've already explained, to engage more the upper body while shooting, as the shot is more than 90% produced from the waist up. You'll need to wrap the ball around the waist 2 or 3 times, and then pick it up and shoot without any pause in the flow. The focus should be also on the hand's placement, as we've shown in the previous exercises. It is important to do this one in both directions, as the pickup will be different, and you will need to experiment with each one of them. Again, the length is up to you, so stick to it as long as you feel you've done right with each rep. Our last 2 methods are meant to further enhance your hand's placement on the ball during the shooting motion, and in a standing stance, just like the way you would suppose to do during your shots. Firstly, we will take care of the shooting hand, as the ball pickup occurs with the offhand. Said in a different way, how to find the perfect form after any kind of pass or pickup on your weak side. Start by placing the weak hand, which is the support or offhand, on the marks designated as we've shown at the beginning of the video. You'll simulate shooting from a split catch, so the strong side foot will be left behind. Keep the ball in the offhand on the side of your body, and freeze there for a second. Then bring the ball to the lift point, and step in with the back leg. In one move, without any delay, try to place your shooting hand on the exact marks which fit your form, and take the shot. Use your eyesight to be sure the position is ideal. This way you will offer one more clue to your brain, on how to make tiny adjustments. This exercise may seem easy, but if you stay true to all the details we presented, it will become an advanced method, which, along with the other 5 drills, will boost your percentages, and overall game in a bit. Take your shots from everywhere around the floor, and add this exercise to your pre or post practices or game routine. The last exercise will work on your offhand positioning during the shot flow, and it is maybe the most important one, as offhand positioning is unfortunately one of the most underestimated and wrongly taught techniques. To become consistent for the offhand placement during the game, our exercise focuses on teaching the exact adjustment your brain has to do, so we will make sure that all your shots will look the same from now on. You'll start by setting the shooting hand on the guiding lines of the ball, and if you don't have one, try to use your imagination. After this setup, You'll need to freeze this position for a second, and then bring the ball to the lift point, and at the same time position the offhand in the right place, without any interruption into the shot motion, and of course to shoot, with no delay. It may take a while until you'll get used to this, but this exercise is one of the most important methods for learning the perfect shot, and you'll end by shooting like any NBA player after only one session. Move around the floor, and go further away also. This one is a must for your shooting routine, so make sure you practice it daily. As we reach the end of our video, we remind you that shooters are not born shooters. They trained in this skill for a long time, and they even had the proper guidance, or they just found a way to find the perfect shooting form. But you, by following our channel, have a great opportunity to take advantage of all our knowledge, to become an elite player and to be sure that your entire game will be enhanced, as we don't let things happen by chance, and we only use the science as a base for our coaching approach. Give those a try, and let us know how it was. If you have any trouble or question, let us know through a comment, so we can get back with a good answer for you. Also, you may want to check those videos up here too, as we believe that you will love them. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and we remind you to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't done it yet, set your notifications on, so you'll not lose anything in the future.